Hello and welcome to today's reading. Today we are using What Happened to You? Conversations on Trauma, Resilience, and Healing by Bruce D. Perry and Oprah Winfrey. And as always, all of the books or decks that are used in my readings are linked in the description box. So if you want to check out any of the materials we use today, you can go down there and see that. We are on page 259. The question is posed by Oprah. Do you think all of this adds up to less empathy? Dr. Perry. Well, the capacity to demonstrate empathy is a function of key neural networks in the brain, and these networks are organized on use-dependent basis. In other words, just as language fluency requires exposure to a lot of conversation and verbal stimulation, empathetic fluency requires sufficient repetition with caring relational interactions, and our modern world is not providing these opportunities for our children. In extreme situations, if an infant does not get consistent, safe, stable, and nurturing care, the crucial capacity to form and maintain healthy relationships won't develop. And depending upon a host of other developmental experiences, a range of problems with intimacy, social skills, and interpersonal behaviors can develop. So what I'm getting for you is that you might be really drowning in a lot of questions. Maybe you're doing a lot of Googling, trying to figure something out about a current situation. I am feeling a couple of different ones come through. There is definitely like a romantic trauma type of situation happening, I think, for some of you. For others, it might be more familial. It could be due to, relationships with your siblings or your parents, something like that. But I am getting that you are feeling really down and feeling like you aren't seen, feeling like you were wronged somehow and you are made out to be the bad guy every time. You are kind of like blaming yourself for all of these situations that are happening around you, and where you should be experiencing compassion from others, it seems like you're getting a stone wall. They are not warm and welcoming to you and your feelings, but in fact make them out to be an issue. I'm getting that you internalize this. This is definitely a huge pattern in your life, something that's been going on since you were a child. And I think that you're doing a lot of research and really making this mean that you are the problem. And by doing this research, you're kind of getting lost in the details. You've got a lot of information coming at you from different perspectives, like spiritual teachers and psychology and self-help and all of these different resources telling you what's wrong with you and how to fix it. And I'm getting that you need to stop doing this. Ironically, you should if you're doing a lot of pick-a cards or a lot of these types of readings, I think it would be helpful for you to take a break for a little while, because you're in this mindset of, how do I fix myself? How do I fix myself? How do I fix myself? When in reality, I'm hearing Abraham Hicks. Hang on one second. I'm channeling a couple different messages, and the cat that I'm watching interrupted me. So I'm trying to get back to track, but I think what I was saying is you are kind of wound up and you're getting a lot of reflection of you are wrong, you are broken. And the reason that's an issue is you're not actually finding a solution. You're not finding the compassion that you need. You're not finding the soft fuzziness that you have missed in your experiences. You may have experienced a lot of guilt and shaming and black sheep energy. You may have other siblings and you may have always been the one to get blamed for something, or maybe you were the one that was the problem child, or there was something about you that was different that allowed the people around you to blow out of proportion and pen and project all of their trauma and dissatisfaction with their own lives and their own selves onto you. And I feel so much for you. This is a horrible position to be in. And it's really awful to grow up thinking that you are the problem. And part of that is about keeping our power, holding on to our power, where if we were children treated this way and we knew that it wasn't our fault and we knew it wasn't our problem, then we would have to accept that we were powerless to change anything about our situation. So very often we internalize that and make it mean that we are the problem. Therefore, we can change something about it because it is us that is the problem. I hope I'm making sense here. Essentially, instead of them being the problem, we take that power by saying that it's my problem, I can fix it, rather than saying it's their problem, I can't do anything about it. So I did get a message, Abraham Hicks, that was coming through. Be careful with channelers. I mean, any reading, anything spiritual like this, anything that you don't have a specialist working with you one-on-one, because you can, again, see a lot of reflection of the current mental state that you're in rather than actual help and advice for where you need to get to. And it's not because there's anything wrong with the readers or the information or anything. They may be perfectly spot on, but because where you are is so vulnerable and so deeply entrenched in these old views of yours, that's all you can see. And it's reinforcing that, and it can be really traumatic. So I'm going to say that Abraham Hicks came up. Abraham Hicks does a very good job of showing you how to loosen your grip and loosen your attachment to the current situation. And I think that's something that can help you right now. If you don't have the means to find other help through this situation, I think that starting with something like Abraham Hicks might help you. I hope that this resonated. I hope that you can pull out of this situation. I know it's really difficult to be in that intense self-shaming spiral, but I promise it will get better, and I believe in you, and I hope that you learn to believe in yourself too. So let me know in the comments what you thought, if it resonated, like this video. If you liked it, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and make sure that your notifications are set to all notifications so that you get updated every time I upload a new reading. But until next time, bye.